Hey guys, this is gonna be my thing, I think. I've established it off of my last GIF, I don't know how to pronounce that. But hey guys, welcome back. We're a little wobbly if you can't tell, because I'm propped on a pillow right now because, you know, I have like 20 subscribers, so I feel like that's not tripod appropriate, if you know what I'm saying. So we're glistening because I just applied my witch hazel, which is, it's bae. We're in a relationship. She's the best. So we're back for my anxiety and depression video part 2. Yay! Laughter in the background. Not laughter. What's the applause in the background? So, you know, I'm looking very what's the word? Unfiltered right now. I think I've mentioned, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I don't wear makeup to work, like ever. Maybe like I'll throw some concealer on some days, but like foundation has never goes through the doors of State and Blues Credit Union. It just doesn't happen because, let's be real, I kind of sleep till the very last minute, and this is what you get. So I worked today, so this video is included with eye bags because I don't wear makeup, plus I just got off work from working 10 hours. So, you know, I'm that person that like you see on Instagram and you're like, ooh, she could be kind of cute, and then you see in real life and you're like, ooh, okay, I see what filter's doing for you, honey. So, not really. I mean, kind of let myself go since high school, but like, y'all will be shocked what a little happy fat will do to you. Like, being depressed eating is one thing, but then just mess around and fall in love and see what it does to you. Just let's just do it. Fall in love and see if you gain weight, because I bet you will. Unless you're like that couple that works out together, because they're on a whole nother level that me and Justin are just not on, because Justin's really skinny. He can eat whatever he wants. He ate like 10 slices of French toast the other morning, and I'm sitting here like, I ate one Girl Scout cookie and I got a double chin. So yeah, happy fat, real thing. So off of my tangent, we're back for the second episode of anxiety and depression. I believe on the last episode, I don't know where the actual camera is, so I don't know if I like look, if I'm looking right. I think I'm looking at you now, but is it weird to make like straight eye contact? Okay. Anyways, so I think in the last video we ended, I think when I said I was 17, I just got out of the good old mental institution, and I went back and took my finals and all that jazz, which I passed them. I'm not gonna say like I was a genius in school, but I was pretty smart, like, and I didn't want to do good in school because I was like, meh, woe is me, I'm gonna act out, like, and plus like I really hated homework, and I know like everybody says that, but like I just really didn't like it. Like, I didn't mind taking tests, I just really didn't like doing homework. And sometimes I would do it and then I would just forget it at home, and when I would tell the teacher, they'd be like, oh, I bet you did do it and forget it at home. So I'm on a lot of side tangents today. Answer phones for my job. I don't know if I've said that either. I can't keep up with my life, so if I repeat stuff, it's okay, because I repeat stuff even in real life, so it's gonna reflect in my videos. So answer phones at my job. I'm all let me see if I can do my phone voice. It's gonna be hard. I'm not in character. I have a headset. It's on this side, so it'll be like ring ring, and I'll be like, click my headset because I can answer it on there, and I'll be like, thank you for calling the credit union, this is Kelly, how can I help you? Sometimes it has a little more oomph, sometimes it's smaller, like, thank you for calling the credit union, this is Kelly. You know, it kind of varies on sessions throughout the day, but it never goes like my normal talking voice. You know, it's a little deep. I feel like I gotta go a few octaves up and give them more feminine, welcoming voice. So I talk on the phones all day, and so my brain's kind of like mush right now, but my boyfriend's not at home, and as I've mentioned in the past, which I know I've said this before, I cannot record videos when my boyfriend's here. It gives me like, I don't know, it makes me scared. Like, I can just imagine him like sitting here like laughing at me. Like, not picking on me, because he's like, hey, if making videos makes you happy, do it. He uploads my thumbnails for me, by the way, because it won't let me do it off my phone. And so he, you know, he's supportive, but like, we have like a joking type relationship, and if he was sitting here, like, I would not be able to talk because I would be laughing at him. I can just, in my head, I know the look that he would be giving me. So, work 10 hours, you know, I'm home. It's 10:07. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, you kind of could see it, then it went away. Oh. It's 10:07. And we're here. So, I've been jabbering for 6 minutes almost, so let's get into this. So, at 17, leaving the Minstrel Institute. Minstrel. I think I just said Minstrel Institution. What would a good Kelley Thurlow YouTube video be without some stuttering? I mean, you come here to see it. You do. You come here to see me fail. It's okay. No, I'm just kidding. So I left the hospital past my finals, because the finals were during my stay, if you watch my last video. And so nobody really noticed I was gone. Said all that. And so I got better. I mean, obviously I was like scared. It was beyond scared straight, I'm trying to tell you guys. So I was like kind of scared shitless. So I like was like, be happy, be happy, be happy. Every day I wake up and be like, don't be depressed. Don't take a lot of ibuprofen, because you do not want to go there, because that was scary and nothing is worse than that. So I would have like little pep talks with myself. And so I was like, I mean, I was still like depressed and anxious, obviously, because I'm myself. But I was like, I don't want to say concealing it, because that sounds like I was like hiding it, but I was like, in myself, I feel like I was concealing it to myself. Like, I didn't want to be depressed, because I didn't want to be back there. Like, no, I was like, girl, I'm happy. I'm living my best life right now in high school. So senior year comes around, and I actually really enjoyed my senior year. I started feeling a lot more comfortable, finally. I'd moved there my sophomore year, so I'd been there 3 years at this point. And I started feeling a lot more comfortable with my classmates, and it was a better year for me. I had a friend that I was really close with, and I mean, I always felt like I could talk to her. She was my best friend. And, you know, so it was a lot better, and that helped a lot. I felt comfortable. I felt like I could come to school, and I wasn't getting like, I don't know, I just had a lot more comfort in knowing that I had people that, you know, I enjoyed being around. And even though it's school, you're not there to like have fun, but you still want to feel comfortable with your surroundings, you know, and having people that you enjoy being around in your classes helps a lot, especially if you have anxiety about like, you know, what's that called? Like, presentations in class. My senior project, like, I thought I was literally gonna die. Like, right there, right then, right there. Die. And I was the first one to present. Or was I the last one? No, I'm pretty sure. No, for our practice round, I was the first one. And then when we got split up in our little groups, I think there was 4 of us, and I was the last one. And after I saw everyone, I was like, okay, they did it. I can do it. It's cool. So, my boyfriend's calling me. 1 second. So we're back. We were playing phone tag, and we'd like called each other 3 times. So I was like, definitely have to answer this. So I got to talk to him for like 3 minutes. He's at work. But I mentioned that already. So what did I say? Oh, like having people you're comfortable around and friends with if you're in class, like presenting something, or, you know, just in general, being in a comfortable surroundings is life-changing. So I felt a lot better that year. I mean, I still had anxiety, of course, and especially you're graduating from high school, which then it seems like this is the biggest thing you're ever going to face. So, you know, I graduated from high school, and, you know, got that done with, got that taken care of. It's a little stressful there for a minute, because I, like, pretty much almost failed out of Spanish, and, like, I had to pass Spanish, but I cannot pick up foreign language. And I went to Costa Rica and I could speak it there when I was like engulfed in the whole situation. But in Spanish class, nothing. Couldn't speak anything. And so like when you go to the bathroom, I'd be like, can I go to the bathroom? And she'll be like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're saying. And she'd make you say it in Spanish and be like, I don't know how to say that. I think it's like, I'm gonna take a guess at it and see if I can remember anything. Puedo ir al baño? I don't know. I'm totally taking a guess. But if that was right, somebody comment down below, because I almost failed out of Spanish class and I was scared I was not gonna graduate. Don't know if anybody knows that. So she let me do some like extra credit type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I stayed a lot and did tutoring during swag time, which if you did not go to West Iredell, it's supporting warriors to achieve greatness, which tackiest acronym ever, but at the time they probably thought it was hip. So we had an hour lunch, and what you're supposed to do is eat lunch for 30 minutes and then go like tutor in a class, which nobody did that. They just would like eat lunch for an hour and like eat lunch in the lunchroom for 30 minutes and then go hide in a cool teacher's classroom. But I would like go to tutoring and stuff. And so I passed Spanish, so got that stress out of the way. And so fast forward, I had a relationship that I was like the end all be all. I was like, this is love. You know, when you're younger, it's like everything you feel is so intense, you know? And then like some time passed and, you know, that broke off. And then, so I'm about 18. No, I would have been older. I was 19. Me and that person started dating right after I graduated. And so things just didn't work out, you know. And so I was really like, I broke things off, but then I felt super depressed and I was like, what? This is not normal. Do people like really, I was like crying because I broke up with them. Like I felt like empathy for them. And then I was like, what if I made a mistake? Like, what if I'm being impulsive and I didn't really want to do that, and now he's like never gonna take me back? And it was just a very dumb time in my life. So I got really depressed because I broke up with somebody. I don't know if any other girls have done that, but I was feeling real bad for them. Like, and I don't even think they were feeling as bad for them as I was feeling for them. Like, so stupid. So, and then, I'm working crap jobs. I mean, like, I really liked one of my jobs, but they're like not good jobs. They're not like career jobs. So I was a server, I worked as a cashier, I was in retail, did all kinds of stuff. Had a bunch of W-2s one year. So I was having a lot of stress over the fact that like I couldn't find out what I wanted to do. Like I just didn't. And keep in mind, this is after I got my CNA, and I was like doing my CNA, and there's aspects of it that I really liked, which I really have such a strong heart for older people. I'm obsessed with my grandma, and I treat all old people, or I try to treat all old people like they're my grandma. Like, I just feel like that's respect. So I got my CNA, and I was working as it, and I was like, I'm just kind of not feeling it anymore. I was doing home health, and I was like, this is just not for me. Excuse me. And so I just drank a ginger ale. It gives me, it's a lot of what's the word? Can't think of that word. Carbonation. It's a lot of carbonation, if you know what I'm saying. So I was like stressed because I was like, I need to figure out what I'm going to do. At that point, I was like, I'm 19 years old. I need to get my life together. Everybody's off at college, and I had like went to college for 2 semesters, and I was like, nope, not feeling that either. Like, it wasn't my cup of tea. And I'm like, I'm just a big freaking, like, I couldn't commit to anything. And I'm like, that's not a good look. Like, I was like, I'm 19, I'm grown up. I need to be doing better. So I started getting really a lot of anxiety again. And then on top of that, I got in this relationship with an older guy who I was obsessed with. I was so obsessed with. I'd been infatuated with him before he even, like, I was on his radar. And then, so there was, like, never the equal feelings. And then come to find out that there was no feelings at all from him. Very devastating, by the way. I thought I felt sad when I broke up with somebody. But then when I got broke up with, that was, like, a whole nother. So, like, I got broke up with after, like, well, like, we talked for a while, but we were officially together for 10 months. And I got broke up with right after Christmas, which I was a little butthurt about. I'm like, we just had Christmas together. Like, we were with our families together. And I just felt like that was, like, rude. So, I wasn't as sassy, though. I was very depressed. So, I was just, like, crying nonstop because I'm like, I have crappy jobs. I don't know what I want to do with my life. And so, I was just laying on the couch, like, crying. Like, my mom literally said, like, she was avoiding me because she was like, I had no idea what to say to you. Just crying. Nonstop. Just would, like, lay there and cry. Like, I'd wake up and there would be, like, a minute where I would forget that I wasn't with him anymore. And then I would remember and I'd be devastated. It was really sad. Like, I don't know. I was in a really bad place mentally there anyways. And then on top of that, I felt like he was my best friend, and then we weren't friends anymore because, you know, I felt for him and he didn't feel back, so that's, like, awkward. We tried to hang out a few times after he broke up with me, but I was like, well, actually, I was like, please, let's hang out. Please, let me come over. I'll be totally cool. And then I'd be, like, staring at him like, why don't you love me? And so he was like, you're never going to move on if we're friends. So, we weren't friends. So, I felt like I lost my best friend and my boyfriend, and I didn't have a good job, so my mental place was not good at that time. And so, okay, so where am I working at this point? I worked at Cracker Barrel and Rue 21, which I really liked working at Rue 21 because I really liked the people I worked with. But, I mean, it's minimum wage, you know, like, I was working in what I felt like was, like, a lot of hours between two jobs. I was working at Rue 21 and Cracker Barrel. And I felt like I was working a lot and I was getting, like, nothing back in return. I was still barely making my car payment and stuff. And I'm like, this is just not the life I want to live. I don't want to strive for this, you know? So my CNA was about to expire and I was like, I got to go back. I want to try and get a job at the hospital, which I had tried previously when I had the home health job. And so I applied and I got the job. And I'm like, cool. I'm getting paid, like, roughly, like, well, I got paid more because I worked at night, but my base rate was, like, $3 more than what I got paid at Rue. So I was like, ooh, cool. And then I got shift differential for working at night, which I was like, awesome. Like, I'm going to be able to, you know, like, have extra money now, which it's a lie. You never have extra money. You just keep making more money, and then you find ways to spend more money, and then you still don't have money. In case y'all didn't know. Spoiler alert. So, I started working. Oh God, I totally, like, skipped over a section. Oh my God, oh my God. Pause, rewind. Skrrr. This was only, like, a month before, though. I don't know. Yeah, this was, like, 2 months before. I didn't skip that much. Only Justin. I love you, Justin. I'm having a hard time, like, going through my timeline here. So, I was working at Cracker Barrel, and one day, I was, like, ringing people up. I was being a cashier. We had a line, you know, and I was at the last, like, corner cashier slot. If you've ever been in the one in Statesville, I couldn't think of the word Statesville. I live in Stony Point now, and now I don't go to Statesville, so I feel like it doesn't exist anymore. I only go there if I need to go, like, to Dunkin' Donuts, basically. So I was in the corner cashier booth, right? And this guy walks in, and he's, like, sweating, and he's pale. He's, like, stumbling. It wasn't Justin, by the way. So he's, like, staggering all over the place. And he, like, lays down, like, beside my cash register. And they're like, call 911. This guy's, like, about to die. I'm like, oh, God, why is he gonna die? And they were like, aren't you a CNA? And I was like, Like, I didn't know where to begin. Like, I hadn't been using my CNA. Like, this was before I even applied for the hospital. I was like, I worked in home health. I didn't know what to do with him. Like, if he would have, like, gone unconscious, I could have done CPR. But at that point, I was like, you good? Is you good or not? Like, so they called the ambulance. Justin works as the EMT. So in walks Justin. So he's, like, working on this guy. And I'm, like, still having to ring people up and, like, pretend like the guy's not, like, on the floor right beside me. So people are, like, walking through the checkout. And I'm like, have a good day. Would you like to buy any jelly beans? And they're like, is that guy okay? I was like, yeah, I think so. Have a good day. Thank you. And so I had to, the manager was like, act cool. Act like everything's cool. And I'm like, everyone sees him. He's like right there. Like, you didn't move him at all. By the way, my mom was also in Cracker Barrel at this time because I convinced her to come eat our lunch break there to see me because I was really bored that day. So my mom was there too. So my mom was like being super nosy, like up in the store part, like acting like she was looking at stuff when she just wanted to know what was going on. So in walks Justin with his rescue bag, and he's like working on the guy, and he's like, hey, what's your name? I was like, my apron said Kelley, obviously, like, I work at Cracker Barrel, I got 3 stars and my name's Kelley, like, you see that? And so I was like, Kelley, and he was like, I don't know what our small talk was. I don't have really good memory. Anyways, I basically blew him off. And then when I'm leaving work, I realized that I have a message request from the EMT guy. And I was like, oh, is that guy okay? And he was like, yeah, he's cool. I don't know if I'm like allowed to say, like, he was like, yeah, he's cool. He's just kind of have like, he has drinking issues basically. And so I'm like, oh, this guy's a douche. Like, he doesn't care about this guy at all. Later, I found out that he runs a lot of calls on the same guy, doing this in multiple, like, social places, like, in public. I didn't know this at the time, but I'm like, what a douche. I'm like, I'm a CNA. I have a heart. Like, you ain't just gonna blow that guy off because, like, you said he's okay. Like, you didn't care about him. You was trying to flirt with me. And then I was like, how old are you? And he was like, 26. I think he was 26. He was definitely 26 because he turned 27 when we were at the beach. So he's like 26, and I was like, ew. I was like, I'm only, how old was I? I'm trying to think, like, how many birthdays have I had with them? I'm telling y'all, I have a horrible, like, timeline. I remember I was 19. We're back with it. So I was 19 and I blew him off, and I was like, and I had like anxiety because I was still like, well, first of all, I think you're too old for me. Ew. And then second of all, I was like, no, I'm unable to be loved apparently. Like, I got broke up with because he was like, I thought I would learn to love you, but then I didn't. So I was like, no, I ain't having all that. Like, I'm just gonna work. Like, I'm not feeling it. So I basically blew Justin off. And then the next day, me and my mom go to Logan's, and I shit you not, we were sat at the booth right beside, like, back to back to Justin, and I was like, oh my mom, oh my gosh, Mom, it's the guy that I told you about. And she was like, he's cute, talk to him, he looks nice. And I was like, no, I blew him off, what are you talking about? Ugh. And so he was really nice. And then so he's like, hey, and then I happened to know one of the guys that he works with because I used to wait on him when I worked at Old Bob's. I was like, hey, Todd, and oh god, I'm throwing names out. Shit, sorry about that. I was like, hey, dude, and so I was talking to him, but I was trying to act like Justin wasn't there because I was like trying to assess the situation, how to do this. So, long story short, me and Justin started talking. Met the love of my life. I'm in love with him. We've been together almost 2 years. So there's that. So, like, when we first started dating, I'm like a hot mess express. I like told him, I was like, dude, I'm depressed. Like, it's a problem. And he was like, it's okay. Like, it's fine. You know, you're upfront about it. It's cool. Like, we can work through this, you know? I'm here for you. I love you. And I'm like, I love you too. And I'm glad that I'm lovable. That makes me feel good. Especially because I love you back. And so Justin spoils me a lot, in case y'all didn't know. But I started getting where I was like, I was really mean to Justin there for a while. I was having anger issues. I was getting so much, I was so depressed that it was making me angry. Like, that's the chain reaction that I had. So after, we're going to fast forward back to where I was. After I got the job at the hospital, there was this program where you got 3 free counseling visits, to be like, if you need to talk to somebody. And I'm like, Justin, I need to go talk to somebody. Like, I love you. I don't know why I'm being mean to you. I think it's because you're the person around and I don't have anyone else to take my feelings out on. And like, it's totally not right. I'm not excusing it, but I was like, I need to go talk to somebody. Because I hadn't been to counseling in, I was 20 at this point. So I hadn't been to counseling since I turned 18. And I was like, I need to talk to somebody, right? And I went to the lady. She was nice. But it just wasn't doing it for me. I just felt like when I went and talked to her, I just felt like it was going to be this long road of me having to go and like, I had already told everything to my old counselor, and I was like, I don't want to start again with that. Like, I don't want to start fresh and have to tell everybody, some one person, everything, like from birth, basically. They make you go back from the beginning. I'm like, no, I want to talk about what's bothering me now. They're like, we got to get to the root of what's bothering you. I'm like, but that's like a really long story, and I just want to talk about what's bothering me now and being mean to my boyfriend. Like, can you help me with that? So I stopped going to counseling, and then I kept being mean to my boyfriend. And basically, when I started having my nose itches really bad. I promise I don't have a booger, but like my nose itches and my ear itches. I don't know if it's like a nervous tick, but like it's itching. So after I started really having all the problems with my heart, which if you guys aren't familiar, I had heart issues. I got a cardiac ablation done. I have to repeat stuff if I don't pronounce it right, because I feel like people are going to think I didn't notice that I don't say stuff right or I stutter, so I have to re-say it in case y'all are wondering. So when I started having all the heart issues, that made me super even more depressed, because I'm like, I'm 20 years old. I'm 20 years old. I was in that emergency room 2 to 3 times a week. I kept being blown off because I had anxiety, and that was listed on my record as well as suicidal ideations. So I was going in there with a high heart rate. I was what's the word? I was showing symptoms basically of having heart issues, but the fact that I had anxiety on my record, I was getting blown off, and it was pissing me off. Like, I was trying to tell them, I'm like, look, I have anxiety. I've had anxiety for years. I know what my anxiety feels like, and I know what this feels like, and I don't know what this is, but it is not anxiety, and something is wrong with me. So on top of being pissed off at the doctors for not listening, I'm also depressed because I'm like, something's wrong with me. We can't figure it out, and I need to be helped because I'm in the ER 2 to 3 times a week. And my EMT boyfriend knows something's wrong with me, but he don't know what it is, but I'm pissed off. So I was pissed off and I was depressed because you're not listening. I was depressed because I was sick. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. So finally, I met a doctor in the ER who, he listened to me, and he finally gave me a freaking referral to an actual heart doctor who is an electrophysiologist who studies this kind of thing. Found out that I had supraventricular tachycardia. Like I said, if y'all want to know more about that, my health issues, I'll do a whole separate video. But I was getting depressed because of the heart issues, and I was having more anger. I was like, can't be doing all that. So I was like, I'm gonna get on medication. Like, this is the point. Like, I woke up one day, I was like, Justin, I'm gonna get on medication. And he was like, okay, babe. I mean, like, in his head, he's probably like, thank the Lord, like, this bitch is mean. But he was like being supportive. He's like, you do what you need to do for you, what's gonna make you feel better, blah, blah, blah. So I get put on Zoloft. And Zoloft worked really good for, I'd say both. It hit my depression and my anxiety, but I had side effects. And I don't know the most professional way to word this, so let me look it up. Because I'm like a prude and I don't like to say stuff in uncomfortable ways, so give me 1 second. Doing a little Wikipedia searching, so it might not be super. Okay, so I'm just gonna say this really fast because in case my family's watching, it's cringy. I was having libido issues, rolling on. So I was like, gotta get off this. Works good for me, but can't be having that side effect. Not healthy. So got off of that. I'd been on it for like 8 months. Like I kept saying, like it'll go away. Like it's cool. Like I feel happy. I was happy. I was being nice. I wasn't being like a grumpy troll. So I'm like, it's cool. It'll go away. Like I'll get used to it. My body will get used to it. It didn't get used to it. So then I have a male primary doctor. So I go in and I'm like, hey, I'm having some issues. I just need to be on any medication. He was like, what are your issues? And I was like, we'll see. What happened was, anyways, so he put me on Buspirone. You guys, this was supposed to be mainly for anxiety, which I don't even think it was supposed to hit up depression. Not for sure. But it was like more known for anxiety. And I was still having, like, I was going back to like full blown like panic attacks. Like over the littlest things. I'm like, this is not working at all. So I was only on that like 2 months, and I went back and I was like, no, this is not working. And he's like, okay, what's going on? And I told him, my doctor's super nice. Anything I tell him, he takes my feedback. He listens to me. That's what you need. You need that. You have got to have that. Especially if you deal with it. In general, any sort of issues. Any sort of health issues. But with anxiety and depression, if you're testing out medications and you tell them, I don't feel right or it's not working for me, and they don't listen, but go ahead and schedule a new appointment elsewhere, because they're not going to get you anywhere. So I told him, and he listened. And he finally put me on my holy grail medication called Effexor. I have the knockoff brand, obviously, because I have cheap insurance. Not really. I have good insurance, but I have a knockoff brand anyways. So it's called like venlafaxine. I think I pronounced that right. And it's amazing. It works so good for me. I don't feel, I still have some times where I feel like my chest get a little hot if I'm getting like overly, like if something like intense is making me anxious. It's not like little stuff like it used to be. The littlest things used to make me so like wigged out. And so now I'm on it. I love it. I've been on it probably 2 months at this point, which you're probably like, that's not long enough, but like, you know, if you take them, you know. This is my 3rd one. So I haven't feel depressed. I wake up in the morning. I'm happy to be awake, which is the best feeling. And it's like, I hadn't felt that ever really. I wake up and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not like sad over little stuff. Like I feel happy. I wake up and I'm like, the sun literally seems brighter. And that sounds so cliche, but that's really how it feels. And me and Justin have been doing a lot better. We still argue. Couples argue. It happens. But I'm not being mean to him. I've always loved him. I will always love him. It's been better for us. It's been better for me. I'm sure it's been better for my coworkers, except I've basically been like under control this whole time at my new job. I haven't been like moody, I wouldn't say. I guess if you ask them, they might have a different opinion. But it's been the best for me. And I'm so happy. And it's great. And I'm not saying that every medication is for everyone. I just want to throw that out there. It's not. I have a person that I'm close with that doesn't like depression medicine, doesn't believe in it, thinks you should deal with it other ways. That's cool. But like for me, I needed it. Like I was so unhappy. I didn't want to wake up. I was being mean to the people that I love. Like, and I could not fix it. I was not at a place where I could fix it because there's something, like I said, chemically wrong with my brain. And I'm at a point where it's okay. I understand that. That doesn't make me less of a good person. I know I'm a good person. I have a lot of compassion. And my medication hasn't taken any of that away. I'm still just as, I'm such a lover. I'm so compassionate. I get told a lot that apparently I'm antisocial. Been getting told that a lot here lately, but I think that's because I'm not I'm at a place now where I want to listen more. Like, I listen more to what people say instead of where I used to feel like I just needed to talk all the time. Like, I was overcompensating, trying to hide that I was sad. So I wanted to be the life of the conversation. I wanted to be laughed at. I didn't want nobody to know that I was going home and crying. And now I'm just like, I'm sitting back and I'm chill. Like, I'm in a good place. I'm just listening. I don't need to be heard. Like, I'm listening. I woke up this morning. I felt happy. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? And the growth is amazing. And I know I've had some parts here where I've like yelled and got really excited. I'm sorry. But I mean, I'm at a really good place, you guys. I have a job now that I love. I feel like I have an opportunity to grow. I'm very proud of myself. I've learned a lot. I've learned quickly. I've gotten a lot of my tests done that were required to do, and I just feel very happy with myself. And I want everyone who is in a place like me to feel the way I feel. I do. I want everyone to reach this sort of like serenity. And I just love you all. And I want everyone to know, like, seriously, if you're sad, if you need to talk to somebody, like, please message me. I will never tell anybody, you know, that you're having issues. But if you feel like you have no one else to talk to, even if we don't talk, please message me, because I want to be there for you when I didn't have anybody that I felt like I could talk to. And sometimes having someone that doesn't know you, it's like kind of like you don't have anything to fear, because you don't have to keep up a persona that you've been showing other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. But definitely, I want everyone to know, reach out to me personally. I mean, I have a Facebook, I have Instagram, I have Snapchat. I stay on social media. I mean, I'm that boring person that like lays in bed and does that. It's okay. I'm cool with it. I like it. I don't like going out. It's not my thing. I don't like going to clubs. I don't like going to bars. I want to lay home and watch crime scene shows or watch X-Men and scroll through Instagram. That's just the kind of person that I am. And I'm okay with that. And Justin's okay with that because he works so many jobs that he's tired. So he's probably okay with me scrolling through Instagram while he sleeps. He's not always asleep. I just like to pick on him about that. But you guys, I don't know how long this video is. I think it's a little over 30 minutes. I was trying to just talk in like super speed to get this through. But the moral of the story is that, you know, it took me had to do the math because, you know, just because I work at a bank doesn't mean that I like automatically know that stuff at like 10:30 at night. I can't do math like that. Just kidding. Kind of though, like really not good at quick stuff like that. Justin would cringe. He's so good at quick math. It makes me So it took me 8 years to come to a place where I feel good with myself. And I hope it does not take everybody that long. I hope with advances in medication and therapy that, you know, it's 2018, anything is possible. And I hope that we are able to fix people, not fix, but bring everyone to their best self quicker. I don't want people to have to wait 8 years like me, because sometimes 8 years is not, it's too long for some people. They need it. They need help faster. They need a place of safety, a safe haven faster than that. I mean, I was at a place my junior year where I wanted to die. And there's some people, there's somebody right now that you're probably with that is contemplating, like, they're so unhappy that they don't want to be alive and you don't even know. And that's terrifying to me. And I just want everyone to know that, like, it's totally not worth it. It's not. And I know you've heard a million people say that, but like, coming from a person who's literally been in your shoes, it was not worth it. Looking back, I mean, I've had so much worse stuff since then that has not made me want to feel that way. And that sounds really depressing because you're like, worse things will come, but like, you learn to get stronger through it. The bad stuff is what has made me the person that I am. I'm so strong now that it takes a lot to really upset me. you know? So that was very sporadic. I'm sorry. Like I said, I worked all day, but I really wanted to get this video done because my last video has had the most views out of all of them, and I'm so excited, not because people watch my video, but because a topic that only 11 people voted for on Instagram, 150 people watched. Like, it's so important to me, you guys. It's so important to me, and I just want everyone to know that you have somebody there. You have someone there. There's going to be a better day. You're going to wake up one day and you're not going to feel sad, and I want everyone to know that. It's so important to me. So important to me. More than makeup, more than anything. Anxiety and depression and being aware about it is so near and dear to my heart. I just have to share it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment any more questions. If you would like any side tangent stories in depth from either of these videos, comment, subscribe. I think I got like 20 subscribers now, and every time I get one, I'm still like super stoked. I know that's nerdy. Anyways, I like doing YouTube. It's a good outlet for me. It feels like I have somewhere to put my emotions into, and I enjoy that. I'm not a journaler, and I feel like this is like video journaling in my life. So I appreciate y'all watching this, and stick tuned. Of course I have a stutter in the outro, like I'm Kelley, duh. Stay tuned for more.